Hello again, and thank you for watching Pillar and Foundation Apologetics. My name is Sam, your armchair apologist. Today we're going to continue our little discussion on Mary. As everyone knows, she's a major obstacle for Protestants coming into the church. And one of the most common things you'll ever hear from a Protestant is, Mary was a sinner, just like everybody else. And typically, they will cite Luke chapter 1, where Mary says, "My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior." Now, again, with all these rebuttals, I'm giving you the punchline. You need to put in your mirrors, your labels, your deferential statements, your go for no, the whole 9 yards. If you don't understand what that is, go back to some of the videos that I made earlier. Find out what that is, because it's going to help you an awful lot with your apologetics work. Anyway, so my response to this would be something along the lines of this. Do you think it would be impossible for Jesus to save his mother prior to her ever sinning? Again, do you think it's impossible for Jesus to save his very own mother prior to her ever sinning? Well, obviously the answer is, of course he could do that. He's God. He could do whatever he wants, okay? So with this in spoken out and discussed, now we move into the second phase of this and say, okay, and we're going to take what we did with the last video, and that would be, so are you saying that Jesus would deny his very own mother the honor of being sinless? I mean, he can do it, obviously. Why wouldn't he do it? And again, if you go into the previous video here, is there anyone more generous than Jesus? Is Jesus a hypocrite? Does anyone fulfill the commandments better than Jesus? And then would Jesus deny his very own mother any honor? Or are there any honors that Jesus would deny his very own mother? Okay, so that's the first phase of this. Now they're going to come up with all have sinned, and you can find that in Romans. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Okay, so from here, what I would do is say, okay, would a perfect man sin? A perfect man. Well, obviously, if he sinned, he wouldn't be perfect. Okay. Is there a man in the Bible that was perfect? They're going to say, well, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Jesus was perfect. He's God. He's perfect. Anybody else? No. Jesus was the only perfect one. Oh, okay. And I hate going into the Bible, because they're going to pull out the Protestant card and say that's not what it means. But anyway, direct them to Job chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, there was a perfect and upright man. They're talking about Job. So if he's perfect, what would cause you to believe that he was sinning? Because if he was sinning, he wouldn't be perfect, would he? If you actually go down a few more lines, God is having a discourse with Satan, and God says to Satan, have you seen my servant Job, perfect and upright? So again, if he's perfect, he's not sinning. And you know all of what Job went through, and of course he had his wife needling him the entire way, which, anyway, I won't make any comment about that. Anyway, so there's the idea that all means all every single time in the Bible is a complete fallacy. Have them type in and do a Google search yourself. Does all mean all in the Bible? Or does all always mean all in the Bible? And you find countless examples of, here they don't mean all, there they don't mean all, everyone. If someone said everyone came out to the football game from the school, well, everybody? Really? No, there's somebody that's cramming for a test, or he's away, or he's sick, or he's in the hospital, or whatever the case is. All does not always mean all. Anyway, let's just leave it at that. Mary's a tough subject. She really is. And she's a huge stumbling block. What you could do, and this might be a good trick for you to use, ask them to pray one Hail Mary for you every day. Okay? A friend of mine is dealing with some Protestant neighbors of hers, and they're actually fallen away Catholics, and now they're kind of anti-Catholic. And she said, "Gee, would you do me a favor? Would you pray one Hail Mary for me a day?" And their response was, "You know what? We'll pray too." Now think about what's going on here, okay? Because there's a lot of psychological dynamics going on here, okay? When you ask someone to do a favor for you, it does two things. Number one, it puts them up here. You're being deferential. And secondly, if they agree to do you the favor, they will actually bond closer to you, because your mind doesn't want to have any sort of conflicts in it, okay? So if you're doing favors for somebody you don't like, you will eventually start liking that person, because otherwise your mind is thinking, why am I doing favors for this person? Oh, I must like them. And so their mind is going to become more in sync with that other person. Their bonds are going to be closer, okay? And this was a great trick, and I commended her for doing this, because it's perfect. It has a lot of psychological power in what she did there. So anyway, you can use that trick as well. I do appreciate you watching all these videos. Please like, subscribe, comment. Most of all, please, please, please kick along these videos to somebody who might need them. A Protestant, a fellow Catholic. You never know when you may save a soul someplace down the line. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll catch you again on the next video for Mary. Thanks again. Bye.